Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? That's what you're wondering. Somewhere lost in downtown Paphos. That is the Anavargus Fountain Roundabout. If we go towards the left, we would go to the Limassol Roundabout in around about 600 to 700 meters. But we're not going left, we're going right. And we're going to head to the intersection, the crossroads between downtown Hell and the Old Town, and of course the Masoi Avenue, where all the big shops and the car dealers are. And we are going to take a left, and we're going to head down and see how the new road is coming along, and eventually wiggle and waggle our way through down towards the Old Town, down towards downtown Cato Paphos Paradise and the harbour area, just to see what's going on. Now, you may have noticed that that sky is looking very, very blue indeed. The dust storm seems to have vacated the island, and now it has left a beautiful, beautiful light shade of blue. And I promise you, the sea, ooh, that's blue. What's going on here, Miss Andrea? Those lights automatically change to red, especially for me. And guess what? Talking about blueness, Mr. Paul is all dressed head to toe in blue, and yet again I've got another brand new crisp t-shirt on, and it's in that spectacular dark shade of navy blue. And Paphos is quite simply waiting for you. So get yourself on that big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy. Now, gridlock Paphos. Daisy Blonde, what's going on in the world? You'd swear we were in downtown Manchester, stuck on the M62 or 56, is it? I can't remember now. I haven't lived there for such a long time. 56, I think, is the correct number. But anyway, I know they're building another lane on it or something, and of course, not even 4 lanes or 5 lanes can actually carry all the traffic along. But here we are in downtown Paphos, and we're in gridlock. This is the crossroads. If you go straight over, by the way, you'd wiggle and waggle towards Ember, and then if you took a right, you'd go up to Tala. If you took a left, you'd go back down to Clorica. We're going to take a left once all this gridlock of traffic goes. And if you're curious to know what time of day it is, it's 11 o'clock in the morning, or just gone anyway. And we get a bit of a crescendo between 11 and around about 12:30, where everybody is rushing around trying to do all the things that they want to do, like rob a bank, go to a pharmacy, who knows what else is going on, before they go home for lunch. Because lunch in downtown Paphos in particular is very, very important indeed. And after lunch, not a lot goes on, to be honest. It's time to sit by the pool, or perhaps put the flip-flops on and go down to the beach, especially at this time of year. First week of June, and the weather, it's ramping up. You know, if you want to know the weather, well, let's just go and check in with the weather girl. And of course, her name is Miss Dawn. And if you've got a husband called Mr. Sean, a little cat called Miss Daisy, and a dog called Bobo, well, the temperature today is in and around 26 degrees, and they're forecasting a high at around midday, which is just round the corner, of 28 degrees. And sunny and sunny, and guess what? More sunshine as the day goes on. Wow, absolutely spectacular. If you're looking for that special place to come for your holidays, whether it be for a weekend, a fortnight, or perhaps even the rest of your life, Paphos should be at the very, very top of your list. So this is the new road. We've been on this little section before, haven't we? But if you've not been to Paphos for what, the last 6 months, you will not have travelled on this piece of road. And it is a huge improvement. Even though it took 1.5 years to achieve it, it is a huge improvement. Under this tarmac, there's an awful lot of infrastructure gone in, so let's hope it's gone in correctly, and let's hope they don't have to dig it up too soon, because there's all sorts gone on down there. And we understand all over the world, they put all these things down there, they cover it all up, it looks lovely, and then lo and behold, they come along and they dig it up again because they forgot to do something, or they put something in the wrong way, or perhaps they didn't bury that body they wanted to bury. Who knows? But anyway, this road is much, much better than it was before. And guess what? They're even putting traffic lights on it, just so that they can slow us that little bit down, especially for Miss Andrea. And of course, her peacock Mr. Mart, who's whizzing around in downtown, how'd you say it? Norfolk. Sorry, Norfolk. And now and again they pop over to Suffolk, and apparently they're looking for a place called, well, yes, there we go. They are looking for it. It's one of the words that Oching LaBouffe is trying to use. What's this guy trying to do? You can't park there. You're not supposed to park there. Come on, keep going. Move along, move along, move along. Those yellow lines say you shouldn't park there. So keep going. Come on, wake up. There's people behind you. There are other people in the world. Rant over. Again, some of you'll notice in Cyprus that people live in their own little world when they're driving around, and they have no care and consideration for anybody else around them. They believe that it's just me, 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 and me. And I understand that's exactly the same in downtown Manchester, downtown Krakow, if you're living in Poland. Big shout out to our superstar, the girl in charge of all of the legalities on the show, and of course she's the greatest lawyer in downtown Poland, and her name is Miss Anna, our superstar. Believe it or not, her surname, when translated from Polish to English, is Star, and she really, really is our favourite superstar lawyer. She'll be with the crew for a very, very long time indeed. And of course she's cuddled up to the girl in charge of the show, and her name is Dame Anne Bell, the superstar, all the way over in Hartlepool. She was with us a few weeks back. If you go hunting back in our back catalogue, you'll find her chuchka dancing and monkeying around with Miss Oching LaBouffe. We had great fun. And guess what? She's coming back in September, and this time she's promised to bring her special dancing shoes, and we're going to get her to dance the chuchka for real this time with Miss Oching LaBouffe. And if you want to dance that chuchka, perhaps if your name is Princess Dali, oh yeah, she's going to bring her shoes. She's coming out in around about September. Of course, she's bringing her dad, my cousin King James, and of course her mum, his Queen Karine. And we're going to dance the chuchka in downtown Paphos. Look at this bit of road. It's finally open. Wow. And it's that little bit better than it was before. Well, it's a lot better than it was a couple of months back because, well, to be honest, you needed a four-wheel drive to get along that road. Price of benzene, well, 139.5, so 140 a litre is what it is. So it's not cheap, is it? In fact, there are a few things more expensive than benzene in Cyprus. Milk is one of them, by the way. Milk is about €1.70 a litre. Although I don't think this car will go that far on milk, although I do quite like it on my cornflakes in the morning. Now, on that note, if you're wondering how the channel is funded, why not click through to our About page, where you will find a little icon and it says Buy Me a Coffee, and that takes you to the Buy Me a Coffee platform, where you can register one of your plastic friends as a one-off or on a monthly basis if you wish, and buy us a coffee or two as a treat, as a thank you. And if you want a special video for you, you drop it in the comments, and well, 3 or 4 coffees, and guess what, we will go and storm that hotel or go and visit that neighbour especially for you. And you can also join us on a monthly subscription basis, only €10 a month, to keep us afloat, to keep us going to all these special places for you. And we thank you very, very much from the bottom of our 2 hearts. Big shout out to some of the superstars, obviously, who have chosen to buy us coffees and become members. Lady Sally Briers, we thank you very, very much. Michael Crompton, we thank you very, very much. Obviously, Dame Anne, of course, our superstar, Miss Anna Starr. The list goes on and on. Lady so sweet Caroline, of course, her partner in crime, Lord Nigel Big Guns. We've got Ali and Neil, who would like a trip to Paya. Thank you very, very much indeed. The superstars, well, Ronnie the Viking, he's over in Israel at the moment. He'll be back in Denmark very, very soon. And of course, there's another Ronnie. He's the man in charge of all the policing on Marika and me, and he is Ronnie Miller. Thank you very much. These are some of the stars that continue to buy us coffees and keep us afloat. Here we are. This is the crossroads, the intersection. On our right hand side is Kennedy Square. This comes alive at night, by the way. All these cafes are absolutely rammed to the rafters. You can see there's a bit of confusion here with pedestrians. The traffic lights, I don't think, are set up very well. We've got 5 people standing on our left, and they are being told by the lights over there not to cross, but of course they could have crossed on this first section. But let's see what goes on. A lot of confusion. Please, if you see tourists, please treat them with respect if you are a local, because most tourists don't know what the hell's going on. A bit like us driving around in the cars. We haven't got a clue where we are most of the time. If you were to go straight, by the way, these traffic lights, there's a very, very high possibility of finding a man's black Mercedes parked up outside his office, on the chevrons, on WA lines, just down from a busy school, just down from these traffic lights. Who's it belong to? Adonis the Mayor, the #1 Baru in the whole of Paphos. Of course, he's the man in charge of the show, and to be honest, he is a superstar amongst superstars. We were in the harbour last night, and he was having a bit of a shindig, bit of a party, and he spotted us, and he did come over and say, "Hello, Mr. Paul, and hello, Miss Ochin, for CPR the booth." And one of these days, he's promised us he will find the time to sit down and have a chat with us, and of course with you, because he takes every person comes to Paphos very, very seriously, and he understands that you have choices, that you can go to other places, but we thank you for coming to Paphos. Please keep Paphos afloat, and please keep coming back again and again. Like Callie and Mally, they come to Paphos 2 or 3 times a year, and they absolutely love the place. We've got some superstars who happen to be a baron and a baroness. Baron John, and of course Baroness Louise, who loves that little bit of cheese. They've got a singing sensation of a daughter known as the baby barn hawk, Miss Fern, and of course she's got a man in her life who is a keeper, Harry the keeper, who likes a bit of Chinese food now and again. Anyway, they come down to Paphos 2 to 3 times a year because they love the living daylights out of Paphos. So, if you like what you see, want to hit that like, click that subscribe, and perhaps come back for a little bit more of my madness. We're going to keep on going on the trek. The next focal point's going to be the Paphos Mall roundabout, and of course the Begonia Garden Centre will be on the left, and of course the Paphos Mall will be on our right. We're going to go straight over that roundabout and head down to Paradise, which of course is downtown Paphos Harbour and the promenade area, just to see how blue that sea is, especially for you. What's that in front? That's a Fiat. My goodness. Without any insult to people who own Fiats, but why do you buy them? My God, diabolical cars. I once bought one, and it was a complete and utter disaster of a car. It's an example in how to lose money in a car. I paid, it's going to bore the life out of you now, but I paid €2,400, so call it 2,500, for a Fiat 500, and it was a diesel special edition with a diesel engine. Just as the price of benzene went skyrocketing up to €2 a litre, so I thought I was a very, very clever man indeed. 1 week later, the engine blew up. Ouch! That cost me €1,000, and it cost me €1,000, and I've got a mechanics and a body shop, by the way. Then the brake system failed. That cost me €300 or €400, and to top it all off, after that the gearbox went. So I sold that car to one of my mechanics for €1,500, and I was more than happy. So there you go. That shows you how you can lose a lot of money in buying and selling cars, but most of the time we make a couple of bob. Anyway, here we are. Begonia Garden Centre was on the left. That's the Paphos Mall roundabout. Paphos Mall is on our right. Once all this traffic goes, what's going on in the world? We're going to go across, and we're going to go under the Paphos Skywalk. That's this steel structure that you're seeing as we transcend underneath it. And it's quite a nice little walk, by the way. Take you about 10 minutes in total as it curves round to a focal point and a viewing point back down to the blue Mediterranean Sea as you look out into the abyss across the Paphos Promenade and the harbour area. So stick with us, don't click off just yet. Another couple of minutes, we're going to be down in the harbour, and you're going to get to see what's going on, the beauty and the spectacality, and of course an awful lot of blueness, because I'm promising you, not only is the sky blue, not only is Mr. Paul dressed head to toe in blue, but that sea is going to be blue. I promise you. Now, last night, as we were coming from the harbour, off camera, we were accosted by 2 superstars, a Mr. Mark and a Miss Jeanette. And Mr. Mark's shirt, oh my goodness, it blew my mind away. I actually saw him walking in the harbour in that t-shirt, and he actually saw us, but he didn't want to come over and accost us because he thought he would interrupt us. But as I say to everyone, if you see us, whether the camera's on or not, please come over and say hi if you wish to, if you're not too shy. And don't be shy, because we don't bite, I promise you. We really don't bite. We are quite nice people most of the time, and we love to sit and chat or stand and chat with you. So we mentioned it last night, Mr. Mark and of course his beautiful partner in crime, Miss Jeanette, hopefully are going to hunt us down either tonight or tomorrow night. But I mean it sincerely, if you see us, come over, and you never know, we might even treat you to a coffee or two. Guess what's coming up? Downtown Cato, Paphos Harbour. This is the harbour roundabout. You've got the new gift shop, upmarket one by the way, Borsa Bella just over there. You've got a leather shop, you've got a barber shop, an electric scooter, that's where you go. We won't run these tourists over because you never know, they may be viewers of that little channel called Marika and Me. Jewellery shop, you've got the Elise upmarket shop there. We're going to go and see Mr. Nicholas very soon and make another video especially for you, show you what you can spend your money on. He's got some nice new shoes in, some nice handbags, and the odd dress or two. And I've no doubt Miss Ochingwood booth will twist my arm once or twice. Look at that, that's blue. I told you it was going to be blue. This is the downtown Cato Paphos Harbour area, and even at 11:30 in the morning, as you can see, first week of June, it's pretty busy, and most people are walking around in shorts and t-shirts, and most people are having a great time indeed. Just over here is the man known as Philites. He's got a banner on the back of his pickup, he's washing his tongue, and he's getting ready to see you very soon. So, get yourself down on a big boat or a canoe. Paphos Harbour's waiting for you, and it really is a great place to come. Let's circle this little roundabout and finish with that truly spectacular view across the blue Mediterranean Sea. Thanks for watching, and of course we'll see you again very soon indeed. Look at that, wow, doesn't get much better. Never get tired of coming down to the Paphos Harbour, by the way. Whether the weather's good or whether the weather's bad, it's always a spectacular place to come. Thanks for watching.